Chapter 25. After re-interviewing Belford's neighbours and coming up dry, Decker returned to the station house at 1 in the afternoon. McAdams was at his spot on the opposite side of their shared partner's desk. He was reading intently and had his feet up on the desktop. "What are you doing here?" Decker's voice was testy. "You should be studying." "I am studying." He held up a law book. "Precisely what bee has entered your bonnet. The idiom is very retro." "Yeah, way classier than asking about the stick up your ass." Decker sat down. "None of Belford neighbours remember seeing anything or hearing anything." "What about the one next door?" Now she isn't even sure she saw anything. Maybe the shadow was a trick of the light. She certainly doesn't remember seeing a car or hearing a motor spring to life. How can you drag a body in an open backyard and up the mountain with no witnesses? "It's 3:15 in the morning." McAdams put down his book. "I've been thinking, what about Tolbard?" "What about him? Do you like him as the bad guy?" "Maybe Belford was trying to muscle in on Eli's research. Maybe Eli told Tolbard and the professor went to her house to confront her and things got out of hand." Decker began going through his phone call memos. "Don't see it." "Why? Because he reminds you of your son-in-law?" Decker looked up. "Where did that come from?" "I'm just saying. It's not because he reminds me of Kobe. I don't see Talbot as the bad guy, because he talked freely. There were no phone calls or emails between them." "What about using the college phones?" "Of course, you can always find a way to communicate, but it just doesn't seem logical. Besides, Talbot was just helping Eli along." "So says Talbot." "Why don't you believe him?" "I'm idling in neutral with Talbot, but that doesn't stop my brain from thinking up possibilities. Like, how about this? Maybe Talbot was trying to muscle the project away from Eli. The project is, if successful, could potentially become lucrative to billion-dollar companies. Maybe Belfort was trying to defend Eli against Tolbard. She called him up to talk about things. He went over to her house, and then things got out of hand. Well, speculation could be cleared up if we had Belfort's phone records, since he claimed he's never called her." Decker felt himself getting peeved. "How long does it take to get a phone record? You'd think I'd ask for a Gutenberg Bible." "This isn't LA, old man." "It's lieutenant to you." "I stand corrected, sir. By the way, I got Eli's phone records 2 days ago." "You didn't tell me." McAdams made a sour face. "Typical. Why do I even try?" "Sorry, you were studying. I didn't want to disturb you anyway. There was nothing illuminating in them." He rarely used his phone, and when he did, he texted instead of called. "Since the phone record doesn't record the contents of the text, I don't know what they were about. On the day of his death, there was a couple of outgoing texts to Malon. That correspondence to the text she showed us when we first talked to her, that she had asked him to meet her at the college dining hall. Obviously, the texts weren't unanswered, but I went through the days prior to his suicide. I didn't find any texts or calls from Rosa or Belford or Tolbert. If any of them was the motivating factor behind his suicide, I haven't found any evidence to back that up." "What about the actual contents from the survey?" "I'm still waiting. That takes even longer than getting a phone record. I could be wrong, but I don't expect anything revolutionary. I'm not saying his professors had anything to do with his suicide. What I'm saying is maybe Rosa or Tolbert had something to do with Katrina's death, and Eli was the catalyst. Could be Rosa was angry at her for involving Eli in her outside activities, or maybe Katrina was trying to steal Eli's research with Tolbert and Tolbert got mad. Anything's possible. It would help if we had the contents of her computer." Mike Ryder came into the detective's room from his office. "Hello, gentlemen." "Hi, Mike," Decker said. "Have you had any luck obtaining Katrina Belfort's phone records?" "They haven't come through yet." "No, they have not, and I could really use them. We could approve from the judge. Can you call them and maybe ask for the company to email them to me?" "No, they send them in the mail. Sometimes it takes an extra day to get here. It's only been a couple of days." Decker sighed. "I can't do anything without her phone records and without her email. What about the warrant to get the contents from the server?" "I'll need her entire computer, of course, but the email contents would be a great start. I haven't applied for it since we have the tech. He seems to be having a little trouble. I'm getting frustrated." "Speaking of that," Raider cleared his throat. "The tech called me about 2 hours ago. He came down with a fever last night. He tried popping Tylenols and working, but he couldn't concentrate and was afraid he'd do more harm than good. So he'll try again once he's feeling better." "You're kidding me," Decker said. "Can't we get someone else?" "Your LA is showing," McAdams said. Radar smiled. "It's faster to wait for him to get better. If he can't do it, we'll petition for the files. She has quite a few servers, FYI. She has the school, but in addition, she has Gmail, Hotmail, Yahoo, and there may be even more. That's why I'm loath to petition a judge because I need separate warrants. In the meantime, I've got to call out for you. It isn't murder, but it is our job description. Lydia Tucker reported her car missing. I'm pleased it isn't murder. When did she call? About half hour ago. Rhoda handed Decca a slip. Check it out. Do you know her? Lydia, sure. She's about 90. I'm shocked that she was still driving. Maybe she forgot where she parked it, McAdams said. Rhoda turned to Decca. Smug, isn't he? To McAdams. Wait until you get there. I'm just saying. Go to her house and take a report, Pete. Then go home. I know it's a short day for you, so there's no sense hanging around unless there's a reason for it. Remember, this was to be your semi-retirement job. Fine, Dick exhaled. If anything should come in tonight, could you call me and leave a message? If we get hold of Belford's communications, I'll come into the station house on Saturday night. Decca, relax. I'll keep until Sunday. Just relax. Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you. I'm going to Manhattan on Sunday. That's good. Go see the kids and have a wonderful time. I'm going mainly to speak to Ryan Belford, Katrina's brother. I figured maybe he might be able to tell me more about her face-to-face than over the phone, and yes, I'll combine it with dinner with the kids. You're nothing if not efficient. How close was Ryan to his sister? It was just the two of them. He knew her well enough to tell me that she had an affair while she was a graduate student in Maryland. I checked out the guy. He moved to California and was there when she died. He hasn't communicated with her in over 2 years. Rhoda said, well, the affair's still interesting. Any affairs while she was here? I haven't turned up anything, but affairs are usually kept quiet until they're not. That's why I want her phone records, text, and email. They may point me somewhere. Rhoda nodded. Okay, see what the brother tells you. I'll put on an allowance for gas and meals for you. He turned to McDonald's. Are you going with him? I am. Do you want a meal allowance? I will pass on your generosity, Captain. Give my portion to charity. That would be the police department, Rhoda said. Decker slapped the memo in the palm of his hand. I'll see what I can do about Lydia Tucker's car. He looked at McAdams. Call me if anything comes through, like a phone log. I'll see you later. Want me to come with you? No need. Just keep studying. There's a lot that's riding on your passing the exam. I'm well aware of that. Thank you very much. You don't appear nervous. That's because I'm not nervous. I will pass. I might not burn up the test, but I will do well, and that is good enough. I admire your confidence. Why are you just a good actor? Look at this old man. McAdams held out his hands in front of him. Not a shake or tremor. I'm as steady as she blows. Making good progress with his studies, McAdams decided to take a mid-morning break while the Deckers were at synagogue for daytime services. He stood up and stretched and turned his phone back on. It immediately sprang to life with an incoming call. It was an out-of-town area code that made sense. Most of the people who called him didn't live in Greenberry. This is Tyler. Darling, you called your sister. I'm so proud. Who is this? McAdams looked in his phone. Iris? You made her so happy. Really? This conversation lasted a total of 2 minutes. But it was a meaningful 2 minutes. I'm happy I made you proud. What's up? Malin Euler. Yes, right. Dr. Kent called me. She left early to apply to college. But there's more to it than that. McAdams grabbed a pen. I'm all ears, Iris. The impetus was a cheating scandal. Oh? I paused. Malin cheated? Let me explain. At the end of her sophomore year, 4 girls turned in the exact same objective final for American history. Malin, Mackenzie, and her friend Misha and Ellen. All of them had the same correct answers. All of them had the same wrong answers. That's quite a feat. Something wasn't kosher. How all of them copied off one another, I'm not sure. Maybe hand signal. Kids are very resourceful these days. Anyway, the teacher, Dr. Kalish. Do you remember Dr. Kalish? Ex-ghost skeleton man with a Polish accent. What's in the world was he doing teaching American history? He's a chemist. Mrs. Mallard was out having a baby. We were short-staffed, and I believe he only taught the last 6 weeks. He's not a dumb man. Our Dr. Kalish. As soon as he graded the test, he knew that there had been cheating. But rather than confront the girls, he was clever. He had the girls come in one by one and told them that each was between an A minus and A, so he was going to ask them a couple of questions to help them over the hump. Who got the question right? Melon, of course. She was the cheatee, not the cheater. She got her A and everyone thought that was the end of it. What happened to Mackenzie et al.? You know who their parents are, darling? Nothing happened. They swore up and down they didn't cheat. The answers were the same because they all studied together, and since no one could prove otherwise, it was business as usual. No harm done, since Melon got the benefit of their stupidity by upping her grade. So everyone walked away happy. Also, the administration thought somehow Melon got wind of what the oral test really was about. and she became very testy. That Mackenzie, Ellen, and Misha remained unscathed. According to her advisor, she started asking a lot of questions. She was very persistent, readied as a pest. So what did they offer her in return for her cooperation? Oh, darling, you always were a sharp one that offered to graduate her early. Since she was having social issues and she was very smart, it was in her best interest. She graduated at 15, 16. She was way ahead in maths and science, and the school paid for a few more home tutors to complete her humanities course. From what was reported, Mellon was thrilled. The school gave her great recommendations, and Needloff offered her administration plus a free ride. She was all 17 years old. What did she what did she do with herself between 16 and 17? The school hired her as an SAT tutor, a much better use of her brain, and it also showed there was no hard feelings. The school made a point of supporting its own. Don't tell me she tutored Mackenzie, Misha, and Ellen. From what I heard, the girls did very well. Lovely to know that nothing had changed since I left. Oh, Tyler's just the usual politics, masking as academics. I'm sure you're faced with it all the time working with the 5 colleges of upstate. I don't work for the colleges, Iris, but Greenberry is a college town, and the administration has long tentacles. Don't be angry with your alma mater, it's a part of who you are. And by the way, have you thought about speaking to the student body about what you do, the police work, not the law student? I'm in the middle of finals. How about talking during spring break? You don't have school during spring break. Oh, you're right, then do it right after spring break. And need I remind you of the favour I just asked? Okay, I will speak to the student body about police work, and I'll have street cred because I was actually shot. A long pause. I heard about that. If it's too hard to talk about it. No, I'm fine, Iris. I shouldn't have even brought it up. I'm just acting petty. Did it hurt? McAdams laughed. Of course it hurt. I will speak as a favour for you, Iris. You see how it works, Tyler? One hand scratches the other's back. I suppose that's okay as long as no one gouges me.